What's up, you guys? Hi, it's Boomoo. It's me, Boomoo, talking to you guys on another video on probably one of the most controversial topics. What's going on today, or if you want to look at a societal point, work-life balance. I'll tell you straight up, I'm the type of person who doesn't really believe in work-life balance just because my head tends to run 24/7. It likes non-stop. I think about work all the time. I think I'll look at my phone more work-related purposes more than anything. And when I even look at social media like my Instagram, the algorithms that show on the discovery page are more like motivation, business related. So my mind tends to run all the time. It doesn't really help that I'm a single guy with no kids or responsibility whatsoever. But what really made me getting inspired to make this video was actually I saw this podcast from Graham Stephan, the Iced Coffee Hour with Alex Hermanzi. For those who are in sales or looking at internet marketing, you've probably seen his feed very well. He looks like a lumberjack with stash. I'll show you guys a quick picture of him right here. Point that he brought, and I agree tremendously, is that if working past 5 o'clock, working past 4 o'clock gives you a lot of enjoyment, gets your competitive side running and the juices flowing and the adrenaline running, why would you not keep on doing that for yourself if that serves a great purpose and that serves a great goal and you love and enjoy doing that? You know, in society we have this very like niche down this is what the belief that you should have and this is how you should run and operate, just like the school system, the employee system. There's always this belief where you should always have some relaxation, you should have some time off and spending time with loved ones. Your family should be your main priority aside from religion, and that you spend time with them. But the belief is, right, just because you're genetically related to someone, right, just because it's your kid or just because it's your family, just because you have a shared genetic between them, that you should really prioritize that person as if someone that you should help within your life. Why not help a stranger just because you're not related to the red thing that comes out of your skin? That why you should prioritize that person as your primary person and focus in life. If you care about your neighbor more, if you care about your friend more, and you feel like they're going to give you a greater impact and give you more fulfillment on what you want to achieve in the world with them compared to someone who just shares a genetic mutual thing to you, and that society tells you that you should do that and focus on that. I just don't really understand why that has to be the norm. Just like any business owner that starts a business, it's not because they want to down talk the school system or down talk the employee system. It's just they know that's what's best for them. Instead of listening so much what the internet has to say, what these branded people that you have zero relationship with on YouTube, or this mentorship program that on a Facebook blog that you only know in for 2 months, or if you follow them for 2 years but only see it for 10 minutes here and there based on their videos and contents, that you should feel influenced that you should do that as well. You should do based on what is congruent to your goal. I'm a type of person who just do whatever I want to do, and I tend to not go home back to the holidays as well, or try to go back see some of my college friends, not so much from the past so ever. The reason being is they will tell you that you changed, or how come you're not reaching out to us, how come you're not reaching out to our group. The main reason is because that they tend to bring me down, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of people tend to be very, very stagnant and not really change whatsoever. And I wasn't really happy being in that environment whatsoever, and this is the alma mater that I went to. It's when I go back, the conversations are always the same, and when I feel like I'm a little bit here, it kind of drags me down a little bit. And it's just that they have a perspective of what used to be when you were in college or back in the past. So they want to put you in that category and put you in the friend that they used to know and who they currently know back in the past, not who you were 2 years ago, grinding 60 hours a week, trying to be the better version of yourself, spending 300 hours a month in total, spending 15,000 hours, 20,000 hours trying to be a better version of who you were last year and level up. They don't look at it like that, because people don't look at the progression that you make. They look at the result that you got and look at you based on the performance on your past and who you were. When you're up here and they tend to be stagnant, it almost like very steadily brings you down, because the conversation that you had, the people around you just tend to bring you down, and your environment is really a key factor. And of course, it doesn't really help that your family also tends to be really constant and stagnant. So that's why I don't really like to hang out during the holidays, and holidays are not considered my favorite at all. They put you in a certain category, and they kind of tend to blame you for not contacting them, or that you're not within the circle anymore. I don't know what's going on with you. You tend to ghost. And really, I don't really care too much about the group and why I should be the one reaching out, or I should feel obligated that I should be considering the group just because we had that relationship in the past. Friends come and go. People come and go in your life, and nothing lasts forever, even life itself, right? My focus and the goals that I have when it comes to work-life balance. And I do believe like taking some time off. I only take like 1 day off just because I know I gotta perform 6 hours of the week in a very consistent basis so I can get the results that I want and keep up with the lifestyle that currently I have. Now, do I always want to do that? Not really necessarily, but does that hit my goals and give me more fulfillment versus working 5 days? Absolutely. Because if I know I take 2 days off, I feel like I'm not doing something properly, and it gives me a little bit of mental stress just because I'm wired to keep on going. And that gives me the focus and drive to go at that moment. And a lot of people say, how are you so motivated to work 6 days out of the week? How you're motivated working 60 hours a week? That's the question I always get asked by my friends. Are you working today? And I always say yes, except for Friday, of course. I just love it, man. The competition, competing against myself. You shouldn't really look at your competition next to you, because people that are looking to settle within that group is just look around the competition. If you're really trying to level up and be the best of the best, you should compete against yourself. And that should be the biggest thrill that you should have. And I don't look at motivational videos, podcast, or I don't really follow up a particular mentor on YouTube. I just don't care about motivation, hope, enthusiasm. I like to give, irrespective of the circumstance, I want to give everything I got. I do feel fear quite strongly, honestly, at certain moments. But if I feel like the task I'm doing is important enough and that's going to impact other people in my life, then irrespective of the fear, I do it. Even though the possibility of failing is really, really, really high, I still do it. Just like sales, I always tell people all the time, this is a profession, a job that you have to fail in order to succeed. And the more times you fail, the most likely you're going to be more successful as you get more yeses. And with those current clients, you can always upsell them, ask for referrals. But you did that by getting a lot of no's out of the way. And you just have to have that drive. I always say 1099 or starting your own business is not something I really recommend for everyone to do, just because it's so mentally stressful, so hard. Probability of failing is so high rather than successful. So you have to be almost wired and have to be a particular person and have a very innate drive rather than motivation, because motivation comes and goes. It's just like a feeling. So it's very important to have habits and really have structure and reverse engineer, like how many numbers do I need to cold dial? How many numbers should I be knocking? How many emails should I be sending? If you do a monthly review, if you hit your numbers, you should get the results that you should always expect by the law of averages. And I think people are looking for like a special formula, like a certain like special phrase word or a marketing secrets strategy that's gonna make them $1 million overnight. And it took me 10 years to be in the position I am, to be considered successful and be really willing to give like strong advices to you guys as well. I always tell, if you need inspiring words, you shouldn't do 1099, be an entrepreneur or start a business, because you're gonna have very, very painful growing moments more than happy moments through your entrepreneurship. It's just that hard and very that stressful and complicated. So I don't recommend a lot of people. If you're looking to start a business, it's not really because you want to maximize your leisure time. It's because you want to maximize your money. You want to maximize using that time that you have available to bring and build and bring an empire. People might bring you down saying, hey, why are you focusing so much on your business rather than your family? Just because your business is not considered a living thing that you should feel obligated with your friends, obligated with your family. I feel like my business is like my baby. I love it to death, and I love the joy, competition, the sadness and stress it brings along with me. I think that's what love is, you know, despite what you go through, you're willing to put your all, your time and effort to it. I love putting work in my business, inside and outside, externally, internally, in all aspects of it. And I think that's the reason why I keep on going. But you have to be a particular person to do that. You know, if you enjoy taking time off and spending time with the family and that gives you pure joy, by all means, go with that. I'm not telling you how you should live your life or you should settle or go about that or anything. Starting a business and growing it and going all in and spending all those hours and competing against myself, telling me this is just a temporary moment and I just need to be a better human being and level up as a professional, as my business, inwards, in myself as well. Because if I can be great in my business, it's going to improve my overall life. And if I can be great in my overall life, it's going to improve my business as well. So that's how I look at it, and I just get so much joy and kick out of it. But you shouldn't do it just because you are looking to make a lot of money and all of a sudden you feel like you're going to have a lot of time. The reason why you start a business is because you want to operate something that's going to be lasting forever, right? I don't think anyone's opening a business and going to close it down in 2 years. I want you to look at lottery winners, that about 70% of lottery winners actually go broke within 5 years. It's because money is not really the thing that's going to bring you happiness or going to give you that end goal in life. Really, it's about the mindset that you should have on how you approach your life. And I think that's what's going to give you the biggest shift. It's not about really about the money. It's not about how much leisure time you should have. It should really be about the mindset overall on what you have currently and how you want to approach it. So that's my take on work-life balance, and I hope you get a lot of meaning out of it, as if I did when I saw that podcast, and sharing this knowledge to you guys as well. If you guys like content like this, give it a like, subscribe, and I have more videos just like this as you go through my channel, and I'll hopefully give you guys value, and so you guys can share it and keep on continuing your journey on whatever goals you have, business, personal life, whatever you do it because it fulfills you, and you know you're deciding all the things that you do in your life based on your terms, not because based on a YouTube video, based on a social media content or anything like that, because you know living the life the way you want is true you and really defines who you are as a person and not just another number in society. So hope that helps a lot, guys. Cheers.